ever wonder why most traditional productivity tips never seem to stick? I mean, we've all tried the meditating, the journaling, the water, the going to the gym, the sun gazing, all of it. But how many of us actually do all of them every single day? But what if I told you that you only need 4 habits in order to stay ahead of 90% of the people? Most of us productivity nerds were overachievers, but telling ourselves that we're going to maintain all 37 of those every single day, it's just lying to ourselves. So here are the 4 non-negotiables that are changing my life, and I guarantee that with time, they'll change yours too. Non-negotiable number 1 is body, because I feel like from the body literally comes everything else. And this one's really freaking simple. I just have to exercise for about an hour every single day. And I don't care what it is. I could be going for a walk, I could be going to the gym, could be going for a run, for a bike ride, I could be swimming. I genuinely don't give a flying toss what type of exercise I put in, as long as I put it in. The important thing is that you find something that you actually enjoy doing so that you stick with it. And honestly, that's something to apply to all of these non-negotiables. An hour could be a stretch for you. Maybe you need to do 30 minutes or even just 15 minutes. But it's very important that you set the bar low enough that, again, you actually make these happen every single day. These are non-negotiables after all. And I'm sure that definitely the most of you completely understand the importance of this particular non-negotiable, but let me just say how amazing you feel after a workout. Your energy levels will rise so much, your mood levels will go through the roof. There's just only benefits to this. So just go out there and get the body moving. Did you ever notice that most of us stop actively learning pretty much anything the moment we leave our schools? And while it sounds a little bit funny, I don't think it actually is, because our mind require exercise equally as much as our bodies do. There is a whole Bible of studies that show that people who engage in activities like reading, writing, learning languages, playing the instruments even, or playing puzzles or games, they show slower rates of cognitive decline and are less likely to experience dementia, of all things. And I know that for us Gen Zers, dementia usually is not the most pressing issue, but maybe it should be. Exercising our brains is just a good thing for not only our brains, but also ourselves as human beings who want to grow and become better. And for me, this habit, the habit of mind, the non-negotiable of mind, is 15 minutes of learning Portuguese. I do want to come back to Portugal one day, probably sooner than later. And also, I just freaking love learning languages. Plus, it really is an exercise for my brain. I do have to stretch it. And that's the whole point of this habit. Find something that you'll enjoy that will force you to stretch your brain, to increase its agility, to push yourself a little bit. It could be reading, it could be writing, it could be learning a language, it could be doing some maths exercises, it could be completing a Wordle or 2. I think a Wordle is not enough, but you get my point. Do something to keep your mind agile every single day. Non-negotiable number 3, soul. This, it kind of seems like an area in our lives that we tend to overlook the most in all the hustle and bustle of everything, and that's exactly why we should take care of it more. We all need the time to slow down and look inward sometimes. We all need the time to take care of our mental health and spirituality, because we're all spiritual beings, regardless of whether you believe in God or not. I do, so my soul habit is related to this. I read the Bible every single day for just a couple of minutes. But these couple of minutes, they genuinely feel like the most peaceful minutes of my entire day. For you, it could be anything else that allows you to just be in the moment and be present. It could be a little bit of prayer, it could be a little bit of meditation, or even just some time spent in nature. It could obviously be gratitude journaling or just journaling by itself. So just remember, your soul is the source of your peace, and peace is one of the most valuable things in life. So make sure to maintain it intentionally every single day. And last but not least, non-negotiable number 4, heart. Now, this one might be a little bit tricky because it could mean a lot of different things for a lot of different people, but generally, I feel like the best way to find your heart habit is to ask yourself, what makes my heart full and helps me get to my dreams at the same time? For me, it's 2 hours of deep, focused, personal work on my own creative things. That's what makes my heart full, because it gives me the sense that I've contributed something to this world, but also made a step towards my dream life. And that's just crucial. That's why I would kind of recommend you do similar things. Also dedicate your heart habit to some sort of creative venture, or even just copy my habit completely. But again, just remember to choose something that you actually want to stick to. Treat this habit a little bit like taking care of your future self. So, as you might have noticed, this whole video is not based around habits themselves, but rather the categories of habits, the non-negotiables. And the most important part about this entire video is not actually choosing the ones that you're gonna do, but it is being willing to only stick to these 4 habits and nothing else. And that does not mean that you're not allowed to do anything else. It does not mean that if you choose reading the Bible every day, you cannot do journaling. No, of course, I do both. The important part is that you only keep yourself accountable to the one that you pick as a non-negotiable. All the rest, if it goes to shit, it's okay. It's all fine, as long as you do these 4 non-negotiables that you pick for your heart, for your body, for your mind, and for your soul. Sticking to only 4 of those, to only 4 habits, it really is maintainable. For many of you, it might not take more than an hour to complete every one of those. So usually what I like to do is get them done in the morning, so then the rest of my day I can do pretty much whatever, because it genuinely feels like the day has been completed. Now, to track these non-negotiables, I use an app called Streaks, which I've recommended many times before. I think it's amazing. It's very simple, and that's what this whole thing is about. And at the end of each month, I write down the stats in my journal so that I can see the monthly trend of whether I'm doing better with every single habit or worse, and potentially why. Now, one less technical thing that I want to leave you with. Remember, only stick to these 4, but also never miss more than a day. We all know that life gets in the way. As you can see, I'm traveling right now. I'm in Prague, and especially in these kinds of moments, it sometimes is difficult to maintain even things that you set as non-negotiables. Try and maintain them as much as you can. They are called non-negotiables for a reason, but in case something gets in the way, it's okay. The only condition is that you will never miss the next day after you've missed the habit before. So there you have it. These are the 4 non-negotiables that are changing my life, and I guarantee they will change yours too. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Bartek. I'm a rational romantic with a mission to help 1 million Genzers become helpless optimists through self-growth, creativity, and adventure. So if that's something that you're into, subscribe and follow along for the journey. Thanks for watching, have fun, and as always, I'll see you down the river. Ciao.